In today's video, we are going to use the latest version of Byteline's Chrome extension to configure web scraper. And we are going to scrape the coins data from this table. So let's start. So the first step in scraping data is to create a Byteline flow. And for that, you will log in into the Byteline console. And then you go to the Flow Designer tab. Now here, let's create a new flow. I'm just going to name it web scraper. And for the trigger node, we'll just pick a scheduler and let's just configure with some defaults. Now the next step, you are going to add web scraper. So we will configure this web scraper node using the Chrome extension. And then after the node is configured, you can export the scrape data to any of the supported Byteline integrations. So for that, all you need to do is create a next node. It's not going to let us add it here because the node is not yet configured. But you can add any node after it, and then you can export the scrape data to that integration so that it can be Webflow CMS or Airtable or Google Sheets. You can pick any integration that we support. So now to configure the web scraper, open the click on the edit button, which will open this dialog, and then you specify the URL, and then you need to use our Chrome extension to configure this node, and that you can download by or that you can install by following this link. And I already have it installed, so I'm just gonna enable it. So now to capture any list data, so in this case, we are scraping multiple coins. So it's a list of data that we need to scrape. So for that, you need to follow two steps. So the first step is click on capture list. And here we are selecting our repeating element or our list. So in this case, whatever is shown right now in the yellow background, so that is our list. But as you move around, it's gonna show you different lists that you can pick by just doing a single click. So let's do that. So now after the list has been selected, so then you can move around in the green area, and then you can select the element that you want to scrape. And then it will also show you whether the selection is correct or not. So for example, in this case, is selecting this data only for the first row. So if you configure this, it's not gonna scrape from all the rows. So you have to make sure the selection shows all the rows as selected. Okay, so let's start our selection. So we're gonna get the name of the coin, and once you are happy with the selection and shows yellow background on all the list elements, do a single click and then you can just do a copy. So in this case, we are just getting the text of the we are getting the text data, or and you can also pick different options to configure to get the rich text data, so which is kind of a HTML data that you want to get for the whole element. Or you can click on the link. So links are more for the URLs that you want to get. So for example, if a node or if the HTML element is a link, so you can select this option and it will copy the URL that the link points to. And then the last option is for image. Okay, so let's start our selection. So all you need to do is click on the text and click copy, and then go on the Byteline web scraper and use this button to paste it. So now go to the next element. In this case, I want to get the symbol, and then go back here, and this is name, and I'm gonna just name the list as coins. And the other thing I want to get is the price. So this is the price. So that's all I need to configure the paths that I want to scrape. And now the only thing pending is the URL. So that's it. So that's the configuration of our scraper. And now let's save it. And I will do a test run to show you the scrape data. Okay, so the scrape is now successful. So now let's look at the output data. So these are the three elements that we got for each coin. Okay, so this was successful. So now let's go back. Now, as I said earlier, you can click on the add button and you can add any of the next node to export the scrape data to these integrations. Okay, but now let's go back to this, and now I want to show you how you can scrape uh, like a single data elements. So for that, to show you what exactly is single data element, so let's go into the page of this of one coin of Bitcoin. Let's just say from this page, we want to get this circulating supply or typical hold time. So these elements are just shown once on this page. So then you would use a single data point to get this data. Getting this data is pretty simple. So all you need to do is, so go to the element that you want to scrape, do a single click, and then pick the radio button that you want and click on this copy button. So now go back to the console. So let's delete this node because this was for our list. So you add another web scraper and like before, so click on paste from the Chrome extension. So now this is only gonna show you the single element and we will name it supply, and then go to the next one, again do the same thing and come back to the console and paste it. And then again for the URL, so that's pretty straightforward. So you copy the URL. So that's it. And then you just save the scraper and then you are ready to run the flow. So thanks for watching this video. If you need any assistance with configuring your scraper, please reach out to us using chat widget on our website, or you can also leave comments in this YouTube video. Thank you.